If you've logged into Elementor lately and seen yet another big, upgrade button staring you in the face, you're not alone. A lot of people are looking at this new thing called Elementor One, and they're thinking, wait, didn't I already pay for Elementor Pro? Well, Elementor One isn't a brand new page builder. It's basically Elementor Pro plus a bunch of extra tools bundled into one subscription with a system of monthly credits that you can spend on AI, image optimization, accessibility fixes, and email deliverability. Now, on paper, that sounds convenient, and in reality, it's created a lot of confusion in the community. You've got, longtime users complaining about more upsells and higher prices. And at the same time, you've got other creators saying this is the future and everyone should jump in. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through what Elementor One actually includes, how the pricing really works, what it does well, what's frustrating about it, and most importantly, who should use it and who should skip it. And by the end of this video, you'll know whether Elementor One really deserves your money, or if you're better off just sticking with regular Elementor Pro and a few simple plugins. But before we talk about whether it's worth it, we need to get clear on what you actually get when you pay for Elementor One. So let's dive into that. Elementor One is really marketed as a one subscription complete experience type of deal, which is their way of saying, we took Elementor Pro and all the extra tools that we built over the years, which is many, and stuffed them into a single bundle. Now you still get the Elementor Pro editor with all the widgets, the theme builder, pop-ups, and WooCommerce tools, but now it's wrapped into a bigger ecosystem and it includes priority support. Now on top of Pro, Elementor One gives you a pool of monthly credits that you can use across several services. So Elementor AI for things like copywriting, layout creation, and even helping with CSS generation. Image optimization, so your site loads faster without you, fiddling with separate plugins. Accessibility tools that scan your site and, in some cases, apply AI fixes for common issues. Email deliverability tools meant to help your emails actually land in inboxes. So think of the credits like a shared wallet, right? So if you're doing a content-heavy site this month, maybe most of those credits go to AI copy and images. And if you're tightening up a finished site, more might go to accessibility fixes and image optimization to improve performance. So for example, imagine that you're a freelancer building a site for a local gym. Now with Elementor One, you could use AI to generate your basic page copy, optimize all the hero images, and run an accessibility scan to catch obvious issues, and automatically apply fixes without installing multiple tools and creating different accounts. So at this point, if you're thinking, I kind of want to try this out on my own site, well, I've got you covered with an exclusive offer. So if you'd like to try it out yourself, you can click this link right up here and use the coupon code listed on the screen to knock 5% off all Elementor One annual plans. Now, of course, no pressure to click that link right now, but if you want to try it out at any point, the link will be up there throughout the video. So now that all, it sounds nice in theory, but none of this actually matters if the pricing doesn't make sense for the way that you actually build websites. So let's talk about the part most people are concerned about, which is the plans and the pricing changes and why it's become such a talking point. So Elementor is currently testing various pricing plans for their pricing page right now. But at a simple level, there are two big buckets here. So first, you still have the classic Elementor Pro style plans. Those are the ones for a single site, a few sites, and then jumping up to the agency plan with unlimited sites if you're building for clients. Then separately, you've got Elementor One. There's a version that's aimed at people building for themselves, and then the one agency plan that gives you unlimited websites plus a large pool of credits every month, along with top tier priority support designed for business critical revenue driving sites. Now, here's the key thing to understand here though. So Elementor One doesn't give you, some magical super editor, right? The core builder is still Elementor Pro. What you're really paying for with Elementor One Agency is a full all-in-one website building solution, not just a bundle of extra plugins bolted onto Elementor Pro. It's really designed to close the gap that Pro alone leaves by pulling creation, management, and optimization into a single unified workflow directly inside Elementor. So instead of juggling separate tools for AI, image optimization, accessibility, and email, and overpaying for multiple subscriptions where you never really use all the quotas, you get one pool of flexible credits that you can use however you want across your client sites. So as an example, if one project needs heavy AI help and another needs a ton of image optimization, you're not stuck with wasted limits sitting in the wrong tool. Picture a small agency, right, that used to pay for the old 1,000 site pro license and then stack on separate services for images, AI copy, and deliverability. Well, under Elementor One Agency, this yearly cost goes up, but in exchange, they get a true end-to-end platform with shared credits that follow their workload instead of being locked inside 5 different products. Now, if they actually lean into that integrated workflow and use the features regularly, that's where Elementor One agency can start to feel worth it, right? So the obvious question here is, does Elementor One really deliver enough real-world value to justify that higher bill? Well, let's talk about where it actually excels. All right, so starting off, let's give Elementor some credit, right? So the idea behind Elementor One isn't totally crazy. A lot of us are really tired of juggling 5 different plugins, 3 different AI tools, and a random email delivery service just to keep one site running. Then pivoting to Elementor One is much better than just a plugin or a page builder that needs many things to be comparable to what else is already out there. Now, one clear win is a centralized experience. So you log into one dashboard, you can plan the site, build your pages, run an accessibility scan, optimize your images, and get AI help without bouncing between different tabs and different dashboards. Now, for beginners and busy freelancers, that alone can reduce a lot of friction, time, and money. The shared credits model is also smart in theory. So instead of buying a fixed image optimization plan, plus fixed AI tokens, plus a separate accessibility tool, you have one pool that you can move around based on what your project needs that month. So early in a build, maybe those credits go into writing copy and generating images, and later on, you might funnel them more into accessibility fixes and image optimizations. Some of the tools themselves are genuinely helpful as well. So Elementor AI can save you time writing first draft copy, generating simple CSS, generating and refining images, or adjusting layouts. The accessibility checker, that can point out issues that you wouldn't have caught yourself and even apply AI fixes. Add templates, the site planner, and quick start flows, and you do have a faster way to get from blank WordPress install to solid starting point. So if you're listening to this and you're kind of thinking, well, yeah, that's exactly the kind of help that I want. Well, again, you can click my link right up here and use my coupon code to get 5% off any Elementor One annual plan while you're testing it on your own site. But the story, realistically, it isn't all positive, and some complaints that you see online are very real. So let's go ahead and look at why so many people are getting frustrated with Elementor One and the direction of the product itself. All right, so if you've seen screenshots of Elementor lately, you've probably noticed a theme, right? So lots of upgrade buttons. Simply put, there are multiple upgrade prompts, notices, and banners inside the interface, and that aggressive upsell approach is rubbing some of the users the wrong way. I have to say, I'm not really shocked that the company is trying to upsell a free plan to a paid one. Let's all remember that they do have to make money. Then there's the credit system itself, right? So credits, they don't roll over, which means if you don't use them in a given month, they're gone. So in a world where you can get free or one-time fee plugins for image optimization, caching, and even detect AI content, being locked into a use it or lose it credit model feels kind of outdated for a lot of users. For many small business owners, they hear credits and then they immediately think, okay, what's this going to cost me if I forget to watch it? Plus, on top of that, some of the tools just aren't as smooth as the promo videos make them look. So there are some very real examples of users trying to use the Angie AI assistant to create pages or widgets and running into slow performance, confusing behavior, or results that really don't match the demo at all. So with all that in mind, the good and the bad, who does Elementor One actually make sense for? Let's go ahead and cover that. So Elementor One is not a one-size-fits-all solution, even though the name kind of suggests it. There are a couple of groups that might genuinely benefit from it, and then a couple that should probably stay away from it. So it can be a good fit for established agencies that already live and breathe Elementor, have a lot of client sites, and know that they'll consistently use AI, image optimization, accessibility tools, and lean on priority support when something urgent breaks. Now for them, paying one company for a tightly integrated stack, plus having unlimited sites on one agency and a faster support lane could be worth the extra cost and the credit system. Busy freelancers who value convenience over squeezing every dollar might also like having everything in one place. Now, there's also a group of really serious single site users who can still get real value from the regular Elementor One plan. Now, if you're only running one site, but that site is your main business asset, and you want professional grade tools for AI content, performance, accessibility, and email all built into your workflow, Elementor One can give you that agency level toolkit without forcing you to duct tape a bunch of separate services altogether. Now on the flip side, if you're a DIY small business owner, building a simple brochure site, right? So maybe you run an online bakery or a local lawn care business, and you just need a clean site with a few pages, you may be totally fine sticking with Elementor Pro and just a couple of basic plugins instead of upgrading right away. Now, to make it concrete here, picture two different people, right? So Sarah runs a side hustle bakery and just needs one clean site with a menu and a contact form. For her, Elementor Pro plus a caching plugin is probably enough. Now, Mike runs a small web studio with 30 plus Elementor client sites and is always looking for ways to streamline his workflow. He might actually benefit from Elementor One agency if he leans into the AI and optimization features on every build. So that brings us to the big question that most of you really care about. Is Elementor One actually worth it right now? Elementor One is basically a trade-off between convenience and control. So if you like the idea of one bill, one ecosystem, and one dashboard for building, optimizing, and maintaining sites, and you know that you'll use those bundled tools, then the higher price will make sense for you. If you're brand new and just building one site, I'd suggest leaning towards starting with regular Elementor Pro instead of jumping straight into Elementor One. You can always bolt on specific plugins for performance, SEO, and email as you go, and you won't be stuck worrying about credits expiring or whether you used enough AI this month to justify that subscription. Now, if you're an agency or a freelancer with a lot of Elementor sites already, Elementor One agency is definitely worth testing, but I treat it like an experiment, right? So move a subset of client sites over, track how often you actually use the AI, accessibility, and image tools, and then decide if the extra cost is really worth paying. And if you're the type of person who really doesn't want your builder tied to a credit system, well, you're probably going to be happier staying on Pro and just using a handful of dedicated tools for things like optimization and email. With that all said, again, if you want to give Elementor One a try, go ahead and click this link right up here to sign up. And don't forget to use my exclusive code to get that 5% off the usual price. And of course, if you have any questions or you just need something clarified, just comment directly below this video and I will respond as soon as possible. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.